Hi, and welcome back to the Food Fund. In this video, we will be recapping the portfolio performance for August 2025. I made some huge changes to the portfolio, so be sure to watch through the end of the video to find out what I did. Let's dive right in. Cue the logo. Let's start off with the market's performance. For the month of August, the S&P 500 gained about 1.5%. The market also raced up to a new all-time high. When we look at the companies that make up the S&P 500, we can see that tech had mixed results. Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon, and Meta fell, while Apple and Alphabet gained a lot. Over in our corner of the market, alcoholic beverage and confectionery companies fell, while farm products and non-alcoholic beverage gained. Consumer packaged food and restaurant companies were pretty mixed. August had some notable earnings reports. Celsius, a stock I own, logged a good earnings report. Earnings per share came in at 47 cents, beating estimates of 23 cents. Revenue came in at $739 million, beating estimates of $632 million. CEO John Fieldly spoke on Schwab Network about the great quarter.
What we did is our first quarter of an acquisition of Alani Nu, is a female-focused, better-for-you, healthier energy drink portfolio of brands. That was the first quarter we had consolidated in the Celsius holdings. In addition, our Celsius portfolio was back to growth and delivered stronger growth, driving those revenue numbers. It is just an exciting time in the energy category. It's a growing category within consumer products. And Celsius portfolio, which is leading the sugar-free growth within the segment. So we're seeing sugar-free grow in the better-for-you movement, and Celsius and Alani are capitalizing on this. So really exciting time and putting up some really good numbers all the way through the P&L.
The company is clearly well-positioned to leverage the growth in energy drinks. Okay, let's move on to the portfolio performance. I deposited $100 into the account on August 1st, 2025, and at the end of the month, the portfolio balance was $1,630.91. This means the portfolio gained $47.78 for the month, representing a 3% gain for August. This is a nice rebound from last month, when we lost 0.6%. Given the S&P 500's 2.1% return, we actually gained 0.9 percentage points of alpha by following our strategy and not being invested in the S&P 500 this month. A new streak of outperforming the S&P 500 has officially started. Hopefully this will continue. Looking at our performance chart versus the S&P 500, we see that we came close to falling to market returns in July, but are now putting some distance between our returns and those of the S&P 500. Since inception, the portfolio has had a 10.7% CAGR on a money-weighted basis, while the CAGR on a time-weighted basis was 14%. Given the S&P 500 15.3% CAGR, the portfolio trails the S&P 500 by a 4.5 percentage point CAGR since inception. We missed our goal of closing the gap here, but the portfolio is now well-suited for future growth. Let's take a look at the portfolio holdings. Before we jump to that, please click the like button and let YouTube know that you like the content. Subscribe and click the notification bell to make sure you catch the latest videos. Your continued support means so much to the Food Fund. Also, don't forget to turn on your notifications if you are watching on a mobile device. So, Celsius remains my largest holding, with 6.59 shares at a cost basis of $32.08. This position is up 96%. Celsius makes up 25.4% of the portfolio. Celsius has almost doubled and makes up a huge chunk of the portfolio. I am super glad to have this in my portfolio. Skipping down to Chipotle, the Mexican restaurant, is my number 3, holding with 4.98 shares at a cost basis of $48.20. This position is down 12.6%. Chipotle makes up 12.9% of the portfolio. I added a lot to Chipotle this month due to the improved valuation and strong fundamentals. I plan to keep averaging down and would be okay with an even larger weighting. Next, let's talk about Chagee. Chagee is my number 5 holding with 9.51 shares at a cost basis of $23.12. This position is down a whopping 17.3%. Chagee makes up 11.1% of the portfolio. I also heavily bought into Chagee this month, leading up to the earnings reports. Unfortunately, the report was bad and the stock tanked, so I am eagerly looking forward to next month to plow even more money into the stock. I'm bullish. What can I say? Next, Kava. Kava is my number 6 holding with 2.25 shares at a cost basis of $70.41. This position is down 4.1%. Kava makes up 9.3% of the portfolio. Kava is another company I bought into heavily after a post-earnings drawdown. While the valuation is still a bit rich, the pullback was a great opportunity for me to average down and build my position even larger. I'd be happy having Kava and Chipotle with similar weightings in my portfolio. As you have noticed, my portfolio is much more concentrated, down to just 8 holdings. I love a concentrated portfolio. It streamlines my focus, and I think I have found the highest quality food, beverage, and restaurant stocks in the market. Part of getting here was selling some holdings. I sold out of Kura Sushi and Starbucks. Kura Sushi was a company that was growing market share but very inefficiently. They are still unprofitable and burning free cash flow. Additionally, debt keeps piling up, and without positive cash flow, this could quickly become a problem. I sold for a nice gain and quickly poured those returns into Chipotle, Kava, and Cheji. Starbucks had even poorer fundamentals. They were growing market share very slowly and also burning free cash flow. I sold for a good gain and invested in the aforementioned restaurants. Last, let's look at the cash position. I deployed nearly all of my cash in August and have a cash position of just 19 cents remaining. I was buying very aggressively. As we enter the last month of the third quarter, the portfolio is finding its footing and starting to perform well. Interest rates cuts are on the horizon. And while that may be a short-term boom to the stock market, rate cuts indicate a drastically worsening economy. Within our newly refined portfolio, I will look to average down when the market reverses. Many thanks for watching. What do you think about the portfolio? Share your thoughts below. It is always great to hear from you. Check out some more videos right now, and don't forget to put your money where your mouth is.